Okay, so I've always wanted an excuse to do an Excel video entitled Freak in the Sheets, so here it is. Although my personal preference is to use Python for managing data, I recognize that not everybody is a data manager or programmer, so even if you are, maybe you'll learn something here. So here we have 500 rows of data, and the freak here is not a person, but it's a set of values that are weird. To scroll down and look for weird values is not only laborious, but as you can see, it takes a long time and you're likely to miss stuff anyway. I'm going to start with some of the easiest solutions to identifying some of these freaks, and then we're going to move our way up. Now, one of the easiest things that you can do is just sort your data to find weird results, or you can look at unique values to spot them. It's probably the easiest thing that you can do, but not necessarily practical for names or other types of data. Now, another thing you can do is get length of values, especially in cases like our employee number, which needs to have 7 characters. That's an easy one there. So if it doesn't have 7 characters, you know there's a freak in our data. Now, if you double click on the lower right part of the cell like I'm doing here, you can apply the formula to all rows, which is pretty cool. Now we can see all rows that have employee numbers that aren't 7 digits, and we can easily identify our freaks here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we can filter our new column here. And now we can remove those with SEP. In terms of freaks, you can see that 3 rows have either 6, 0, or 13 characters in the employee number. That was a pretty easy and quick quality check, wasn't it? So let's up things a little bit. Now let's use Power Query, and Power Query is intended to be a bit more for managing data. So go to the Data tab and then click on From Table Range. And once you click OK and get your range, you can see that there's a whole nother world here. Now let's see what we can do about these dates of birth. So go to Add Column and then Custom Column. And what we're going to do is make a new variable that tells us if the date of birth or DOB value is actually a date or not. When we do that, we can then filter all the non-dates and then easily identify them. Now don't worry, I'll provide examples of all these in the video description, so rest assured. So there you go. Now we can get a true sense of date of birth data that might be bad or misentered. Now, another great tool is the group by feature, which allows you to count unique values in a column. Now, why is that useful here? Well, it gives you a sense for how common an issue is. You can name the column whatever you want. This is just what I'm calling it. Of course, if you want to do something besides count rows, no problem. You can do that too. So in our case, there are 4 cases out of 500 dates that need to be fixed. Now, it's not a ton, but it's worth fixing for sure. Now, group by might be useful for the gender column as well. So typically we want male or female spelled out in proper case, but we want to be able to identify any cases that might have been entered differently than we wanted. So we're able to identify these pretty easily. Now let's create another custom column again. So this time we're going to look for freaks and names. Now the cool thing about this builder is that it doesn't wait for you to make an error. It gives you feedback in real time, which is nice. Now you can see that I needed to make a change to my syntax for this to work, and now that I hit OK, you can see that most names have 2 words or strings, but we do see a few freaks here, so now we need to do something about them. And now we know which ones, which is great. Now this is a bit more advanced, but it's very useful. Now let's do one more thing with names. Now, typically, we aren't going to want numbers in our names. Roman numerals are one thing, but we don't want numbers, and they shouldn't be there. So we're going to make a custom column identify these freaks, and then we're going to filter these rows so we can identify them. So let's finish this up, no errors, and let's filter the true rows so we can find rows that have numbers in them. So here we go. Okay, yep, just one row, but this is a pretty bad one, so definitely worth fixing. So there you have it. You don't have to be a data engineer or a developer to know some tricks for keeping high quality data. So with that, we'll stop here. Thank you so much for watching and take care.